does look like we went into Game 3. This was unexpected for some of us, expected for some others. PVT. Daniel does like to go for the fast aircon. Atlas does like to go for a stim combat shield push.
Looks like Atlas
But
may.
Atlas does
Yeah,
get the faster upgrades.
it looks like Atlas may be a victim of his Atlas lag, and there we go. Cube taken away.
In the top left corner, Lamenter, Green Protoss, it is Infinity Gaming's Daniel, otherwise known as the Barcode on Zeke. And in the bottom left corner, we have the Teal Terran, or as some of you call it, Baby Blue Terran, Atlas. So what do you expect we will find from both of these players this game? Do you think we might find a proxy Stargate from Daniel? Or do you think Atlas is going to do some proxy
I think if we're
Thor?
going to see any variation here, Cube, it's going to come from Atlas. Daniel likes his builds solid and unwavering. I haven't seen him do much, but he is, as I say this, he's moving out with, no, that's just a scout, alright. Yeah, Daniel tends to be more solid, more cautious and methodical. He's going to scout Atlas's position last, so obviously he's been practicing too much with me. And I'd like to see Atlas pull something out of the bag here. I think both players are going to be a little bit cautious not to do something all-in-y, but again, they both know that if they lose this, they will still have another chance, but I'm sure neither of them wants to go into that other series.
None of them want to lose. I
Yep.
think was it Revenge that was in this group?
Yeah, Revenge was supposed to be in this group. However, due to some timing mishaps, he wasn't able to be here at the right time. Daylight savings time, the whole being in Germany thing kind of screwed up. Atlas has the advantage here of getting a immediate scout in the correct direction. He sees the gateway going down for Daniel. And immediately responds with the engineering bay block, looking to do some super early upgrades in Daniel's natural. Actually, probably not. It's probably not going to finish. But I'd love to see at least one upgrade at some point in some game be finished here.
I was playing a practice game with Atlas, and by accident he let it finish. So I did leave my probe to attack it. Engineering bay block isn't that hard to beat. All you need to do is chrono out Zealot, get Mothership, get Stalker.
Oh, trust me, I'm very familiar with people putting buildings where my expansions need to go.
I love to do that to you. It's very
So
fun
it
putting
looks
that
like
on.
same opening so far from Daniel. Nothing too different there. Atlas opting to add on a reactor early before producing anything from this barracks here. That's a deviation that we haven't seen in the past few games. So we will see what his plan is here. 2 Marines on the way. Probably just going to move out into an expansion from here. And the bunker does go down. So, looks like both players getting set up for another macro-oriented game. These spawn locations here are going to make it a little bit more difficult for Atlas to get good angles as far as drops goes. He does have the attack path straight above his base, but in order to swing around, he's going to have to sort of either go all the way out around the map, or he's going to have to skirt over these Zelnaga towers. And right now he's got control of one of them, but it's sort of a risky move if you're trying to sneak in a secret medevac through here.
Yeah, but at least it's not as bad as cross spawn. They have so many awkward angles. Like, as a Zerg player, you can send half your army through the middle, and then through the lower part, you could send your lings, and you could just surround the army. But in this case, we do have 2 slower armies in the Zerg. Atlas could just go. He could swing around way far around, and Daniel might not even find the drop. But this would make the drop probably like a minute or half a minute longer.
Yeah, we're seeing that same 1-1-1 build here. Factory swapping out with the barracks for the reactor here. I think we're probably going to see the same Widow Mine harass. Tech Lab now going down on the barracks here. And,
or he might even do Hellion harass. He might load up the 4 Hellions into a Widow Mine. I mean,
he's going to put the Hellions into the Widow Mines, and they're just going to spring forth and surprise the probes. That would be a $5 worthy strategy in my eyes.
Yes. But our sponsors for this beautiful tournament that we do have is Zeke. They let us host our tournaments. They let us do everything. And we also have GGTracker. It's like a free coaching website. You don't need to hire anyone. You don't need to pay anything. You just upload your games and you get feedback.
But not like the High Templar type of feedback. Like,
Of course.
it's not draining of your energy. It's good feedback.
The irony of this game is that these two guys are one of the big people that run our academy team, our Plat Diamond team. They are also the winners of the SC2 CTL, and Atlas is awaiting his keycaps.
So we have, Cube, you called it. There's a Hellion drop moving across the map here, going just straight up towards Daniel's Natural. There are 2 Stalkers, a Sentry, and a Zealot here, so I don't think these are going to do too much. Daniel seems to get caught a little bit out of position. Stalker's already placed in the middle line here, though. Hellions are going to go down. 2 probe kills. Photon Overcharge goes down. I'd like to see him get these Hellions out of here, but it looks like Atlas is just going to lose everything. Hellion desperately trying to get away, but it is just not fast enough. 2 probe kills, I think, there. 6 total worker kills, so doing a little bit better than I had spotted, but I don't think 6 workers is worth 4 Hellions and a medevac. What do you think, Cube?
It is definitely not worth it. The amount you just put in, the amount of how do you say this? Like
Resources?
You spend 400 resources, 400 plus resources.
Yeah. It's not a great trade.
100, 200, 250 resources.
Yep. We've got Daniel moving out here with his observer, trying to pick up some scouting information, as well as clearing this SCV away from the Zelnaga Tower. Daniel now taking map control out of the hands of Atlas, while simultaneously taking his 3rd here. Interesting. Sorry if you're watching my camera and everything just freaks out. Interesting position here on the 3rd. This is going to make it very easy for Atlas to drop this and then immediately drop up into the main here. The other option, though, incredibly vulnerable as well from several different attack paths here. So no great option for Daniel. Daniel just choosing to pick the further location away from his opponent. And this Stalker is apparently getting a taste of its own medicine here and being chased away, just pecking ever so slightly. The medevacs offering band-aids to the several shots. Concussive shell going down, and finally cleans up this Stalker. Lots of movement here out in the center from Atlas. Units heading towards Daniel's base here. Hopefully we're going to see a little bit of an engagement.
So Atlas does have a 1-1 timing here, but it will unfortunately be shut down by Daniel's own 1-1. Oh, the irony.
Yep,
but
pushing up with the medevacs here. Into the 3rd, there are 2 High Templar here that do have enough energy for feedbacks. These medevacs not high on energy, those become an Archon, so these will get... This is exactly the position I was talking about flying through there. Looks... Oh, 1 feedback goes down. Looks like it's going to be able to get all these units out. They're probably going to slice this Templar Archives. Photon Overcharge goes down, but it's not enough. Psionic Storm was not cancelled. And Medevac scoops up the remaining bio, and in the meantime, the rest of the bio moves in and snipes the 3rd. Great attack by Atlas. This is great play. He's managed to do quite a bit of damage, setting Daniel's tech back, as well as setting his economy back. I'd like him to get these units out of here, though. He doesn't need to lose any of this stuff senselessly.
But Daniel is supply blocked, so he does have to spend a lot of money, and he is floating a lot of minerals. Almost 2.5k minerals, 1k gas. He needs to throw down a few more things. In the meanwhile, in the Terran base, we do have 2-2 coming down, so we might have another timing push with +2 armor and +3 attack, or even +2 attack, 1 armor timing. But I doubt it.
We've also got the third down now and mining away happily with mules and SCVs here, pretty well saturated for Atlas. So Atlas taking the economic edge here with a beautiful multi-pronged attack, drawing Daniel's army up into the main and then pulling in with some forces back into the third to snipe it. Scans going down. Atlas just checking out the composition. He sees Archon, Zealot, and some gateway units with the ever-dangerous High Templar in the back there. We have a robotics facility almost completed for Daniel. Looks like he's going to add Colossi to this mix. Atlas is pushing out, probably to hit that timing you were talking about here, Cube.
The +2 attack.
Yeah,
he does
+2
have Ghost
attack.
Academy, so I'd like to see a nuke come out of this thing.
Yeah, he's loaded up 2 medevacs here. I like how Atlas is splitting his army. This is exactly what he needs to do. Daniel putting a cannon up on the high ground, but I don't think that cannon's going to be finished in time. He's going to poke in with this army here, see if he can draw Daniel's army out of position, and then try to move in with that medevac back behind. Cannon will not be finished, so this drop is going to move into the main. This is great. There are no High Templar here to offer feedback for this. He's going to be able to snipe 2 of the key tech here. Meanwhile, there's an engagement going on, making sure that Daniel's army is out of position. The drop in the main is hacking away. Robo facility is gonna go down. Recall brings the whole army back. He just focuses down, chooses to pull out instead of trying to focus down the Templar archives there, but does delay Colossus production. Feedback's going down on the medevacs, not enough to kill them. They get their units out in time. Picking off some probes here. Atlas doing a great job of this multi-pronged harass.
But it's not doing too much for him. It didn't really set Daniel too far behind other than the Colossus tech.
Yeah, Daniel did manage to squeak out 1 Colossus there, so there's a lot of army here for Daniel. Their supplies are sitting about even, but I think Daniel has the tech advantage here.
I have to disagree with that. We should be seeing Ghosts coming out soon, so the tech advantage will be neutralized. Another Atlas lag.
And I'm stuck listening to the medevac heal sound over and over again.
Okay.
Yeah, in anticipation of the Colossus on the field, Atlas adding Vikings into his composition. Great addition there. Daniel trying to get up a 5th base, or 4th base rather, if you can count, which I can. Over here in the top right, Atlas also adding on his 4th base, and the additional racks go down. Both players gearing up to move into their late game compositions. 3-3 is on the way. Daniel finally getting that robotics facility back up and running, and Mobius reactor about to finish. So we're gonna start seeing ghosts out of Atlas here.
I think Daniel's really greedy with that far third. That's so far for his army to defend. If Atlas just found out about that, maybe 2 minutes later, he'd cripple Daniel's economy. It's so far away to hold. If he did a multi-prong, Daniel has to sack that base, unless he wants to stack his main, his natural, and his third. I think Daniel's playing really greedy to catch up here, because he did lose that Colossus tech that he was planning to have.
Yep, he's got quite a few High Templar here, as well as I don't know what you call a large group of zealots, a gaggle, a swarm of zealots. There's a lot of them here, a pack of zealots. I mean, yeah, we're gonna have to look that one up. Moving through the small choke here on the left, trying to push in. I don't think this is gonna be the best place for Daniel to engage. Dan goes down, doesn't see the army, sees it moving out. Atlas knows there's something up, finds the army, sees it moving back. Daniel posturing a little bit, doesn't seem like he's going to make anything happen from that way, choosing to cover out an attack from a more open angle here.
We have 1 nuke researching the Ghost Academy, so we might see a nuke coming down from Atlas.
1 nuke on the way, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first.
I like Atlas's decision to go a lot of Marauder because they are tanky against the storm. But the thing is, Zealots do a lot of damage against the Marauders unless you kite them very hard.
Oh, a whole bunch of ghosts are gonna live. So many EMPs. All of the shields are gone. High Templar though managed to avoid all of that. EMPs are gone. Here come the storms, storming on top of the Vikings. Vikings target firing down the Colossi. All of the bio from Atlas here is clumped up. This is a terrible engagement for Atlas. All of his bio is gone. Not much more than a dent in the Zealot supply here of Daniel, and that's just enough to force the GG.
So we do have Daniel 2-1ing the series, and I think he does move on. So now we have the losers bracket. We have Dream and Eon, the two people that were pretty scary to come in here with.